Donuts.
Welcome to the Dolls and Donuts podcast, episode 50. Happy New Year. In today's episode, we'll cover what's going on in the animal rights community and what's been happening in Robin's Vegan Dollhouse.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, so this will be coming to you late because we're recording this on January 1st. So
True.
What did you do for New Year's Eve? Because usually we hang out and eat.
I know.
And celebrate East Coast New Year and then go to bed leave at 9:30. That's usually what I do.
I did none of the things that we normally do. I feel like as I get older, I do nothing. I went from partying so hard every New Year's, like so much partying, to low-key board games at home. I think actually I transitioned into like having parties at home. Mm-hmm. Then I transitioned into like more like just board games and snacks at home. And then I transitioned this year into doing absolutely nothing and getting in bed at like 11.
Yeah. I was in bed at like 9:30. I celebrated. I was brushing my teeth when I saw that it was 8:59. I was like, ooh, let me look and see like where exactly in that minute we are, because I can just celebrate East Coast New Year real fast. So luckily it was like 45 seconds left. So I like finished, rinsed my mouth out, and I was like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yay! And Matt were like, yay! And then we sat and watched the movie and went half of a movie and went to bed.
What movie did you watch half
Ad
of?
Astra.
Did you only watch half because it wasn't good, or just because you were too tired to watch the rest?
Mainly that we were too tired to watch the rest, and a little bit of I wasn't as into it. But we're going to finish it.
Okay.
But
I watched the second
so
season of You. Did you watch that?
No, because I want to read the books first.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
It's a book series,
oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me know when you read it.
Yeah.
If
I found out it was a book series, I'm like, well, there you go. I have to wait until I read the books. This is how I roll. But we did wake up at like midnight. People were blowing off fireworks somewhere in the parking lot.
But when did they stop? Mine didn't stop till 1.
Oh, no, it was like only like 10 minutes.
Oh, how nice.
Luckily, yeah. But the one was so like boom, like so close that it set off the car alarms.
Ooh,
in like the complex.
That's fun.
So that woke me up.
Does Penny have any issues with fireworks?
No.
That's good.
She just, whenever.
Yeah, Monkey doesn't care either.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was my crazy, wild New Year's Eve. But
we're boring.
Yeah. I've never been a New Year's Eve person. I've never cared about it, ever.
It used to be my favorite holiday.
Yeah. And then I always thought it'd be cool to have a New Year's Eve wedding. Mm-hmm. I always thought that would be cool. Yeah. But other than that, I never cared about New Year's Eve. I'd always go to like parties where there'd be so much drama and stuff like that. It just turned me off of New Year's Eve, and I've never really cared about it since. Yeah.
I guess when I quit drinking, it made me not care about it as much.
Yeah, and I always have to like drive like the people that just got themselves blasted home, and I'm like, why did I show up to this party?
Did anyone ever puke in your car?
On New Year's Eve? Mm-hmm. No. No.
But as being a designated driver on other days?
Yeah. But yeah, so I just never cared about New Year's Eve. But yeah, so 2020, new decade.
New decade, not just a new year. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the decade of veganism, I have a feeling.
Yeah, the last one was, the last half of it definitely was a huge uptick, so.
It's just like all this stuff we talked about over the past few years all take place in the upcoming.
That's true.
All the laws going into effect
and all that stuff. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's going to be a good decade.
Yeah, and of course everybody that's participating in VEGANUARY.
Oh yeah, is that how you say it? It sounds so vagina-like when you say it that way.
VEGANUARY?
I usually say VEGANUARY.
I don't know, whatever.
Just because I'm not obsessed with vaginas like you are.
Yeah.
Do you also say VEGANARYs, though? That's probably why.
No, I say VEGANARYs.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah. VEGANUARY. I know they all sound, VEGANUARY sounds like weird, too. There's no way you can say it, but it doesn't sound weird. Personally. But in 2019, we said goodbye to like one of my favorite vegan spots in London. So VX, which you have been to.
Yeah. When
it was a store still.
Yes.
It turned into a restaurant, basically.
Yeah, I know.
And like all their merchandise was online. So I would go there every time I was in London, like me and the owner, like our friends on Instagram and stuff. And they opened in London by King's Cross Station, and then it was like 10 years or more than that they had it open, and then they opened one in Bristol, and it was like a bigger location because of the price of real estate and stuff. But they just, at the end of this year, closed their London location. So the Bristol one's still open, so it's not, like, totally dead, but I was so sad.
Is that? Like, if somebody was going to London on a vacation and they wanted to go to VX,
I don't think it's
long?
too far. Let me look.
Because
I've never been to Bristol.
Oh, okay. Maybe people might want to take a road trip. I mean, one time I was in New York and I rented a car just to go to Vegan Treats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so it's over past Bath, so I think it's a couple hours.
Oh, okay.
What the hell?
So people might still go.
Yeah, because London's over here. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, that's funny.
London.
There's a city called Bath.
Yeah.
Bath.
That's where a lot of, like, Jane Austen stuff is set. They have, like, the Jane Austen Center in Bath. They have, like, the Jane Austen Festival in Bath. I want to go there for that stuff.
I feel like they should just have, it's just to be a city full of spas.
Yeah.
Right?
They have something, there is something about it that's to do with the name, but I actually don't know.
I wonder if they
I do want to go to Bath for all the Jane Austen stuff, and I also want to go to Chaworth or whatever her hometown was.
Do you feel like segueing into a Clueless Corner right now?
Yeah. Clueless Corner! First one of 2020.
Who's...
Oh my god. Don't tell me you're going to ask me who Jane Austen is.
Yes, who's Jane Austen?
You never heard of Jane Austen before?
I mean, I maybe have heard the name.
She's like one of the most famous writers ever lived. Have you heard of Pride and Prejudice?
Yes.
She wrote that.
Okay.
Have you heard of Sense and Sensibility?
Yes.
She wrote that.
I read the zombie versions of both those books.
Okay. Well, she wrote the real ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I totally know who it is.
Oh, my heart. That is probably the most painful one, the most offensive to me. I love Jane Austen.
Well, there's no take-backs.
Oh my
New
God.
decade, no take-backs.
Oh my god.
But you know what? Because if the zombie one wouldn't have come out, I might not have known who it was. I still had heard of those books. I just wouldn't have read them.
Yeah. I've read them. My favorite, but actually, like, one of my two favorite books of all time is Persuasion, which is a Jane Austen novel. Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one.
Well, that's okay. It's not the most popular one. It's I think, the best one. It's the most underrated one, for sure. But, yeah. I can't believe I read Jane Austen. My heart. First heartbreak of 2020. Anyway.
First of many.
Yeah, no. Okay, so so it's, a couple hours outside. I don't know if you'd want to take a day trip for that, but, because it is kind of far. But, yeah, so I was sad to see that close. That was always a favorite of ours, and if we were doing day trips out of, like, King's Cross, it was right down the street. So we would just walk over and get, like, breakfast or whatever, and the owner was always really nice, so I was sad to see that at the end of 2020.
So sad. Bye-bye.
And since I already mentioned that we're recording this on the 1st, which it should be out today, I probably won't even get it edited today, but that's because I got I was out of town all of December. I left on December 4th to go home to Ohio and didn't come back until the 28th because I got some really bad news that my dad has terminal brain cancer, and he had brain surgery right after Thanksgiving on Black Friday. So I went home for that whole time and working on his treatment, and he's in rehab because he had a stroke and all this stuff. So I'm only sharing that because already it's affected the schedule for the podcast, and it might continue to do so because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in 2020 in Ohio, so helping take care of my dad. So yeah, if it's not coming up and you don't know why, that's probably 99% probability that's because I'm not around or I can't get to the podcast for whatever reason. I can't see. We're usually pretty good about keeping on time, so I can't, whatever that 1% I'll leave open for some other random reason that we wouldn't have it out on time. But, yeah, so, and there just might be, if things get really bad with him, that it doesn't happen for a while. So, I don't know. So, just keep that in mind if it doesn't show up for whatever reason, that I've got a lot of personal stuff going on this year. So, just wanted to let you guys know that because it will probably affect some months of the schedule of the podcast,
So if for some reason our podcast doesn't come out, then the right thing to do would be to find Ashley on Instagram and send her pictures of puppies.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Any animal really will do.
Any baby animal, preferably.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna send me animals, my favorite animals are horses, turtles are my two favorite animals, and I also like otters.
Videos of turtles eating watermelon.
Oh yeah, I love those. I love turtles so much. Turtles.
Send those her way.
Turtles, horses, and otters is a close third.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's time for Ask Ashley.
That's me.
Ashley, please tell us you have some good news to tell us.
I do. I don't want to talk about anything bad today.
Yay!
So we're going to talk about good food.
Starting
Vegan
off the
food.
decade right.
Yeah. So both of these articles are from Veg News. So the first one is about our friends over at Salt and Straw. I actually don't even know how many locations they have. They have a few. I know they even mentioned here it's Portland, Seattle, San Francisco, San Diego. They have one in Palo Alto.
There's
and it's
one in LA, at least one.
Yeah, I'm sure they're around. But they are just a Muggle ice cream, like kind of like luxury ice cream or like luxe ice cream, you know, like
Artisan ice cream.
Artisan, yeah, as the article says, artisan ice cream place. But they do have usually 2 vegan flavors that they rotate, I think, or one they rotate.
But they're always like bougie flavors.
Oh well, yeah,
which
absolutely.
I'm not a fan. It's like basil and tomato. I don't know if that's a real one.
That'd be disgusting.
But I feel like it could be.
But since we just talked about Veganuary.
He just rolls off the tongue.
I hate it. Good thing I'm already vegan because I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to like say it because I don't need to. I'm already vegan. I'm vegan every month. But anyway, the title of the article is "Artisan Shop Salt and Straw Celebrates Veganuary with 5 vegan ice cream flavors." So they're calling it the Vegan Indulgence series, and they say it features innovative new vegan ice cream flavors at shops in San Francisco, Portland, San Diego, Seattle, and then the one inside Disneyland in Anaheim. Now I admit there's a bit of confusion when I read this because it says that it will, in the month of January, the Salt and Straw will serve its series at all of its locations. So I guess from what I think, that all of them will have some of the flavors, but the Portland, Seattle, San Diego, San Francisco locations will have all of the flavors, all 5. I think the other ones may just have a couple.
Yeah.
That's what I understood because it's a little bit confusing the way it's worded. But so whether you get all of these or some of these, here are the flavors that they're going to have: banana and peanut butter tofu pudding.
Yes.
Which is silky pudding piped through banana gelato. Sounds good. Rocky Road with aquafaba marshmallows. So chocolate ice cream blended with white beans, dotted with candied sunflower seeds and marshmallows made from whipped bean white brine.
Yeah, gross.
Like when you say just like Rocky Road marshmallows, if you said it that way, I'd be like, yeah, but no.
Except once you find out what the marshmallows are made out of, you're like, ew.
Fart machine.
Yes, exactly.
Then this one sounds good. Lemon cheesecake crumble.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, cashew-based cheese blended with coconut yogurt and lemon zest, topped with almond crumble.
Oh, that is so good and reminds me of one of the things I'm going to talk about later.
Okay, good.
I would eat the shit out of that.
And then sunflower butter cups. So sunflower butter blended with coconut cream and swirled with marionberry. Or marionberry?
Marionberries.
I've never even heard of that before.
IKEA is famous for the marionberry. They brought it to America.
I'd never even heard of that
They have everything in there.
So it's swirled with marionberry jam and chocolate. What the hell is that?
An Italian word.
I don't know what that is.
Wait, but it's chocolate ice cream, though, with sun butter cups in it, right? So it's like a peanut butter cup ice cream, kind of, but a healthier version.
I guess so. It sounds good.
Okay.
And then toasted oat milk and cookies. So oat-based ice cream with chocolate chip cookies and ganache. Yeah, I like that.
You love that cookie ice cream?
Mm-hmm. And it says the Anaheim location will offer the last 3 flavors. So I'm not really sure. Like it does
seem a little confusing.
It's confusing. Like it literally says the first line is it'll have these at all. It will have this series at all locations, and then the next one says it will have 5, including the one including the Anaheim one. And then it says, I don't know. I'm confused now. Hopefully your location has some of these you can try.
This is what I think it is. You know that game roulette?
Regression roulette?
Yeah, I guess.
Or regular roulette?
Yes. It's like that, but with ice cream.
Yeah.
So go into a location and see what happens.
If any of these sound good, maybe call your local Salt and Straw and see what they're going to have.
Ice cream roulette?
But yeah, and it says they're also going to have the series available in pints in stores and online. So
oh my God, $13.
Well, yeah, bougie is not going to be, right?
You know the Humphrey Soclome? Do you know this
No.
Oh, okay. They're in San Francisco. I don't know if there are other places, but they're another artisan ice cream place in San Francisco that's pricey, kind of like Salt and Straw. And they just recently released a line of vegan ice creams, which are quite tasty. But when I saw the pint at Whole Foods and I saw the price was $10, I was like, I just can't. I can't do it. We did. But when
we did.
The first time I saw it, I was like, no, I refuse to spend $10 on a pint of ice cream. I have to draw the line somewhere. And then the second time I went to the store, I was like, oh, look, David, I just want you to know that they have this now. And he's like, oh, we should try it. And I was like, it's $10. So I don't, it's not even organic, and it's $10. He got it. It's good. I don't know if it's $10 good, but this one's $13 for the Salt and Straw one.
Like we've talked about before, I am like the cheapest person on earth, but when it comes to food, I just buy what I want.
I know.
I don't care about the price. Like restaurants or groceries, I don't overbuy though. That's the thing. If it's expensive, I get it. But I don't buy a lot of like extra trash I just throw in there. That's if Matt comes with me.
Oh yeah.
If I go by myself, my grocery like bill at Whole Foods is like $100.
That's good.
Yeah, it is great for Whole Foods, but that's if I go by myself. Because I have a list. I only buy for the week. You know, and I don't buy a lot of like extra treats and stuff. I mean, you could, but I just don't want the trash in the house.
Okay, wait. Important question. If you had a choice between going into a Salt and Straw and getting like a serving of ice cream or getting a pint of the ice cream and eating it in bed, which would you choose?
Oh, definitely in bed.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that wouldn't choose that. Who would choose the other one? I would take either the serving or the pint in bed. Like either one that puts you in
that
bed.
wasn't your option.
I know, but I would, even if you had switched it and gave you more ice cream by going out and the serving in bed, I would have chosen that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I mean? Good. I'm glad you.
Because that would have made it a little bit harder to choose because you got more ice cream if you go out. Right.
Yeah.
No. And then just at the end here, it just mentions that there are permanent flavors which vary by location, so they just want to keep it confusing.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a strawberry coconut water sorbet.
Yeah, fuck that.
The dandelion chocolate hazelnut cookies and cream, which is what I've had before.
That one sounds good.
It's very good. And then the freckled mint TCHO
chip. Fuck
Cho
yes.
Chip. Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never been to one that had that.
The Palo Alto one had it.
Not when I go.
Oh, when I was there, they had it.
Okay,
I just didn't choose it. That was my first time. I've only been once, so I got the hazelnut.
So Cho used to be a San Francisco chocolatier, and they moved. Fuckers.
Oh, well, I had the hazelnut, and I have to admit, it was delicious.
The hazelnut sounds good, too. Every time I've ever gone into a Salt and Straw, I kid you not, it's some bullshit like that sorbet or some fucking tomato basil ice cream, and I'm like, I hate you all.
And I've never seen tomato basil.
You're so lucky.
What was I gonna say?
Or lavender. Don't put lavender in ice cream. Lavender is a fucking soap or lotion.
It's like a scent, not a taste.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, so like on the like ice cream spectrum, Salt and Straw's on one end and Halo Top's on the other.
Yeah, totally.
For like decadence,
yeah.
I guess I should say decadent ice cream like scale. So I'm just running up and down that spectrum. But okay. So yeah, some good ice cream news.
Ooh, that is such good news. Thank you.
Yeah.
That makes me want to go out and
It's only for this month, so don't delay.
Take advantage, you guys. Come on. Don't be completely healthy this month. Just, if you need to, you can work out to earn your ice cream. Just make it happen.
And you probably have heard about this.
Yes, I have, but I can't believe it made it into Veg News.
Good job.
I mean, I usually know about the food things.
That's so true. All right, so this is also from Veg News, and I had heard about this previously, but I thought I'd throw the article in here. Berkeley's vegan butcher shop to open sister Italian restaurant. So this is the Butcher's Son, which we go to a lot, and it's great, and it's very popular. They were in quite a small space for a few years, and then they moved across the street to like a much bigger space. So because it was always lines out the door and everything.
And before they were in a space at all, they came and catered our vegan drinks in the South Bay, and they made food for our vegan prom.
Yeah, so long history there of booming, really. So they're going to open a vegan Italian restaurant called The King's Feet, and that's going to be also opening in Berkeley.
Such a fucking weird
early
name.
2020. That really sounds like a pub name. Like if they were open a vegan pub, The King's Feet would be a very like I get it.
In
you know
like
what I mean?
Ireland.
Yeah, or even like any pubs here are called that. Like if you open a pub,
That's so weird.
like or a vegan bar or a vegan pub, The King's Feet would make sense.
Yeah.
It's like I think that would make.
I wonder if it's going to be more bar-ish than like fancy Italian.
I don't know. It's going to be a full-service sit-down restaurant that will open with just first with dinner service before eventually adding brunch. So, love
So it
that
does
brunch.
sound like a nicer place.
Love that brunch. It will feature, the dinner menu will feature appetizers such as vegan calamari with mushrooms, banana blossoms, linguine pasta with mushrooms, all kinds of stuff. Vegan fish, yuck, no thank you. And entrees, salad, pizzas, and desserts.
I just want the pizza.
It says, so it's going to be enjoyed family style.
What does that mean?
It means that
like the tables you sit with strangers?
Well, I don't. So there's kind of two different family style things. One is the seating and one is the food. I don't know which one they're exactly referring. The way I read it, I think that's food.
Food is like Little Pine, right? Where they have all the little baby dishes and you just share everything.
From what I understand, little family style is the opposite. It's big servings that you put on the table, and everyone shares the servings. The opposite.
But then how would you eat that much food?
Well, everybody shares it.
But what if you only go with 2 people or something?
Well, then you only get, however. Anyway, so it could be the family style seating or it could be the family style food. I think the way it's read, the way I read it, it sounds like it's the food. But, so they are working on the menu now. It doesn't give an exact date.
Oh, I want a date.
It says early 2020, so that probably means the first quarter of 2020.
That's soon.
So that could be
April
or sooner, probably.
Bring it on.
Yeah, so they are...
Okay, important questions that we need to find out and answer for you guys. Will they have tiramisu? Because obviously we need to know that.
Yeah, Matt's number one question. That's his favorite dessert.
Yeah. And how many pizza options are there?
Yeah.
How
so
customizable?
It does say pizzas with an S, so I'm not sure.
I'm so into it. Right now, the only place you can get Butcher's Son toppings on pizza is at Bare Knuckle. And I think we definitely need more places.
Bare Knuckle is just okay.
I like it. It's just very expensive.
And it's far away.
Yeah, but Butcher's Son is far.
I know, but this is bad. I mean, you putting them in the same league?
Where is this one going to be?
I mean, Butcher's Son and Bare Knuckle. Are you putting them in the same?
No, because Bare Knuckle's Omni. Blah.
Yeah, okay.
Blah.
I would drive further for a good vegan place than...
Oh, of course. I mean, I would drive further for more options.
Yeah.
Too.
So, it just says Berkeley, so...
Yeah.
So somewhere in the vicinity. Yeah, so that's all that's... Well, that's not all that's happening, but that's what I chose to talk about.
There's way more
Happy
happening, but we are keeping it posy.
Food news. Okay, Robin, so what's been happening at the dollhouse?
The dollhouse has been having fun. Okay, I want to hear about your travels, but first I want to mention that I finally went to Vegan Mob for my first time. Have you been?
I know, but I've been...
Wanting to?
I've been stalking your Instagram. Let's put it that way.
It's a good thing to stalk.
Yeah.
You're doing well with your stalking. I approve, and I encourage it to continue.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I don't know a ton about Vegan Mob. I watched it open. It was, 2 or 3 months ago?
Yeah.
They picked an excellent location. It's like a walk-up window that's in a super old building. I would say 50s style walk-up window. Right across from where they do the Lake Merritt Farmers Market. So it's right by Grand Lake Theater. So it's a really good location for foot traffic and for getting to, not like super great for parking, but I think most people who are going there are probably walking. So that's one thing that I think was a very good decision on their part. Second, they have a DJ. The DJ's the little like waiting area because it is a bit of a wait. It's a walk-up window, so you wait in line to order, then you order, and then you wait for your food. And I think I was there for a total of an hour. So it's not like quick. But they try to make it fun while you're waiting.
Does that include eating?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll wait until the hype calms down a bit.
I hope it does.
Yeah. It does.
Or you could pick days when it's not busy. Like, you could go any day.
Yeah, I could. Living the life of the unemployed.
So maybe you could just pick a day where it's not super busy. I unfortunately went on the day where there's a farmer's market right across the street.
Oh, right.
So it's very crowded.
So that would probably would have been a super high day.
Yeah.
An hour for like tops probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so yeah.
So I probably went on the busiest. But the good news is everything I ordered was super good, and I'm really excited to go back and try some of the other things because sometimes I go to a vegan restaurant and only one thing on the menu looks good. Mm-hmm. I have some preferences. I don't like spicy food. I don't like fruit in my food. Like, I have things that make me picky. And there were at least 3 things that I was having trouble deciding between.
It's a good problem to have.
You're right. I think so too. For us vegans who have been vegan a while, we haven't experienced that problem.
They're like, I'll take the one thing that I have is my option. That's what I'll take.
So for you
That's
going
good.
vegan now, you guys are lucky.
Yeah, kids today, tell you.
So yeah, it was really good. I highly recommend it. It's in the Lake Merritt area. Check it out.
Cool. I have to get up there at some point.
I will go with you if you're interested.
Yeah. Yeah. So I obviously came back from a long stay in Ohio, but I'll talk about that in the next episode. One visit at a time. One travel. What am I trying to say? One trip at a time. That's
One
what I'm
trip
trying
at
to
a
say.
time.
Yeah. So I was in Ireland over Thanksgiving. So I ate at a bunch of new places. We went to, my husband's from Belfast, so most of the time we spent there, but we did a day trip to Derry, which I know you were excited about because it's the location of Derry Girls.
I already want to watch it again.
Yeah, and I went to the mural. They have a really cool, huge new Derry Girls mural.
Did we post it on the Dolls and Donuts Instagram?
I don't think so. No, we can post it. That was excited to take a picture in front of. So we took and they have walls of Derry is a big tourist attraction. They have walls around the city that you can walk on top of. It's like an old military.
Will you walk
thing.
on top of them? It's not scary?
No.
It's not like a balance beam.
No. These are like huge, wide walls.
Oh, okay.
And they're meant to be walked on top. Like there's like
It's like a path.
Yeah, it's like a path. And it's super wide, and like there's like stones up on the side, like not a railing, I don't want to say, but there's like walls, little walls on the wall, so you can walk up there.
Okay.
And you get like beautiful like views of the city and stuff, and all the different murals and stuff. Some of which are scary because it's Northern Ireland. But anyway, as far as the food goes, we went to 2 places. Nine Hostages Coffee, which used to be the Cow Bog, which was like a very vegan heavy like kind of coffee shop cafe, and they just got sold. Like they retired, the 2 people that ran it, and they moved away, and so they the people they knew that they served their coffee as well. Nine Hostages Coffee took over the place. Okay. So we went in there, and it's a cute little spot they have there. But basically, it was in the morning-ish. So it's got like their avocado toast, and they have a lot of vegan options. Like they serve like it's a muggle place, but they can make pretty much a lot of stuff for you vegan, and they offer like all the like alternate milk alternatives. So I stopped in there, and that was pretty cool. And then later in the day, we went to the Quirky the Quirky Raven, and that has like a lot of seating, which I like because I hate walking in somewhere and I'm like, where am I gonna sit? I have like where to leave my stuff or leave myself anxiety. Like where am I gonna leave my car? Where am I gonna leave my carry-on bag? Where am I gonna sit? And they have a huge vegan menu. They have a lot of different different options. I think they had the lasagna. They had all kinds of stuff. But I chose the vegan cooked breakfast. So it was like a typical like full like English breakfast.
Not in the morning, or was it?
Actually, I had it later in the day. I think it was maybe like 2ish or something.
Okay.
But they serve it all day.
All day.
Yeah, and it was really good. Had my little tea with it, and maybe toast, and a lot of carbs, hash browns, and I always say it wrong. I think it was soda bread. Matt's always like, no, it's the other bread, the Irish bread. Soda bread and...
Oh, there's another bread besides soda bread?
Soda bread and...
I don't know shit about Ireland.
I forgot. Anyway, one of the breads, the Irish breads, beans, tomato, baked tomato, which I like, and mushrooms, which I didn't eat.
Challah bread's not Irish.
No.
It's something. It's not American.
I don't think, no.
I'm sure we stole that from somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a whole variety of like cooked breakfast items, and it was all very good. And that place was cute. It was like the name's called the Quirky I said vegan again. The Quirky Raven, and it's very quirky in there. Like all like mixed match. Like some of like the one we sat on, the table we sat at was like a table, and then 2 normal chairs on one side, and the couch was the other side.
Oh, weird.
So this is kind of cool.
So emphasis on the quirky,
yeah.
Not emphasis on the Raven.
Yeah. So definitely recommend that place. They definitely had more vegan options than Nine Hostages, but yeah, I liked that place a lot. So the places that we ate in Belfast, so I tried 4 new places, 2 of which are new since I visited last. The other 2 I had just never gotten around to getting to. So
okay, so they're all new to you.
So the first 2 local places with vegan options. So the first one is Darcy's, and I talked about going to Lavery's previously. This is like right 2 doors down from Lavery's. I'd been there before, but this is right down the street. And I had sausage and mashed potatoes, bangers and mash.
I love bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash. I had a lot of bangers and mash.
My favorite.
And it was really good. I mean, it's a really like small place. And the bangers and mash was good. It was good. That's all I got to say about it. It was good.
I kind of want to make bangers and mash.
I think I would rather like go down the street back to Lavery's, I think, if I had to choose between the two, because they're like literally like 2 doors down.
All vegan or vegan options?
No, vegan options. Okay. They had a great vegan platter, like an appetizer platter. It was really good. I remember from a while ago. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't not go back, but I definitely preferred other places better. And then we went to Acton and Sons, which is again another Muggle place, and their bangers and mash was delicious. It was okay. So I think the difference for me, which is kind of how I prefer a lot of my like vegan meat was, or especially beef or anything like that. It was that the Darcy's was more like a meat replacement, and the bangers at Acton Sons were like obviously like veggie filled, and that's why I preferred them like that.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. So everything about the one at Acton Sons was great, and they had like a lemon like torte that I had for dessert too. That was really good. Yeah, really cool place. I liked it a lot. Another place that I went to that I've been following for a long time is 365 Ormeau Road. That's just the address, and that's the name of the place. So it's a little cafe. They've mostly like it's just like a little coffee shop cafe. It's small, but interestingly, they have a whole wall of like, I guess it's part little grocery too, because they have like a whole wall of like vegan things, like items you can buy. And they had a lot of Oatly. I was like, man, you never find this much Oatly at home in one spot. And they're like, yeah, I know. We like bought a bunch of it and stuff. So it was kind of funny that they had so much Oatly there, because it can be a little bit hard to find here.
Very hard to find if you're looking for the chocolate.
Yeah, and so they had a nice little menu. This like on a chalkboard, probably changes all the time. And it was early, so I got oatmeal. I like oatmeal with.
You would.
I love it. I can't even remember what I got. I like fruit. Just a fruit medley or whatever, and I think like chocolate chips and stuff. It was really good. But the standout, everybody liked their food and everything. But the standout, like honestly, was like their hot chocolate. Their hot chocolate was best hot chocolate I've ever had.
Because the Oatly?
It was so good. I don't know if it was it might have been a contributing factor for sure. And they had little like vegan marshmallows on the side and stuff, and they weren't dandies because he showed me what they were, and I can't remember, but it was like a UK brand, like vegan marshmallow. So good, and they were like multicolored. They were like pink and
the UK was probably the first place I ever saw vegan marshmallows back in the day before dandies was around.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds like a weird thing to pick, but their hot chocolate was so delicious. It was so good, and it was so nasty outside. So I loved my hot chocolate and my oatmeal.
Picking hot chocolate. We're all questioning you picking oatmeal, obviously.
Well, I mean, saying that the oatmeal was my favorite thing. I mean, the hot chocolate was my favorite thing I had. Not that I drank it. But yeah, it was like breakfast time, so I had oatmeal and hot chocolate, and it was delicious. And they were really nice there, and like I said, they have a pretty good little variety of like market stuff that you can buy. So that was a nice little additional thing instead of just going in there and eating.
I have a hot cocoa question for you.
Okay.
When you make it at home, do you use cocoa powder or chocolate chips?
Powder. I actually don't use either. I use like hot chocolate mix.
Okay. Which is usually powder.
Yeah, it is a powder, but it's not like actual like cocoa powder. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's powder. And then the best place, I've been following this place for a while too, and this was like the best food I had while I was in Belfast, and it was at Eat Street. So it's an all vegan place, kind of a little, it's not a hole in the wall, but it's kind of like an interesting inside area. But the food and like the kind of like the place it's in don't really match, because the food is so good. And the atmosphere doesn't really match that. I mean, it's not bad by any stretch of imagination.
Not as quirky as the Quirky Raven.
No, but you wouldn't expect the food to be this good when you walk in there. I guess what I'm saying.
That's fair.
So we got a bunch of different things, and I tried to look up on the menu to like refresh my memory, because I know what I got, but I don't remember like what was in everything. And they just had their Christmas menu up. They didn't have like their because they like redo their menu a lot. Oh. And they had on their website, they only had like their Christmas special menu for like the Christmas time. So this isn't very detailed, but between Matt and I, we kind of shared a bunch of stuff. We got like these fried tofu, like cubes. It doesn't sound very interesting, but they were like seasoned really good, and they had like a dipping sauce, like a creamy dipping sauce or something that was super good. And then pot stickers were delicious. And then we both got like this like chicken burger. And he had like slaw on it and like vegan cheese and then like the chicken burger. It was a seitan chicken burger, I think. And it was just so good. It was so good. Everything was amazing there. So I hope it stays in business because a couple other places that I've liked there have gone out of business.
Oh, shoot. How many people were there when you went?
There weren't a ton of tables, but I think there was like 3 other people. Not people, like parties. But there was only maybe like 4 tables, other than the one we had. Okay. We had like there's only like one big table. You could like fit like 5 people, and the other ones are all smaller. We had that table, and there was like maybe like 2 or 3 groups of 2. So it wasn't empty, but you never know, right? So I hope that stays open because that was delicious food. I really liked it.
Do you have pictures of your food? Maybe we can put it on our Instagram.
From that, I only have one. For some reason, the 2 I took of the pasta and the fried tofu. Obviously, I turned my phone too quick because it's like a blur of it. I can see it, but it's like blurry. But the one of my sandwich I have, like my burger, I have a good picture of.
Okay, cool.
And I just got it with like fries,
chips.
Cool. You know.
We can post that. Maybe we can get people to go there.
Delicious. Really liked it.
Cool.
So that was all the new food. I ate some old regular places, but
old regulars,
but that was all the new places. That was a pretty good haul.
That was actually very good that you went to that many new places. Yeah. Very proud of you. Mm-hmm. It's not easy to do that, you guys.
Nope.
Cool. Well, your fried tofu that you talked about reminded me that I made tofu for the blog, but I made it into like, I did baked tofu. I never really fried tofu. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm making tofu scrambled. Does that count as frying it? I mean, you're kind of sauteing it more than frying it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say fried.
So I guess I never make fried tofu. But I make baked tofu quite a bit and air fried tofu. And so these can either be baked or air fried. And they're like little Jenga pieces. So I made a Jenga game out of them.
Oh, that's cute.
And I used a teriyaki sauce for them. But I found a bunch of vegan bloggers that make different sauces and marinades for tofu. So I made a whole list of them so that if people want to make it, mostly me, but like if any of you want to make it also, you can go there and look for different marinade ideas. Cool. Because I tend to really give preference to teriyaki sauce. I'm like very into it. And I don't get tired of it ever, but I think other people like different flavors.
Variety. I'm not one of those people. I like stick with what I like usually. But then, once in a while I try something new and I like it and I'm like, oh, see, it's not so bad. And then the next time I try something, it was bad. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I do that too? Old Faithful should have been good enough for me.
I know, I do that too.
Who do I think I am? Trying to make new things. So.
Yeah. Yep, I do know.
Yeah.
I understand. And let's see. Oh, and the ice cream that you were describing that was Salt and Straw, the lemon one.
Yeah.
I made
lemon cheesecake crumble.
Yes. Yeah. I finally posted. Do you remember when I made the mini key lime pies last New Year's Eve?
I think so.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I do think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think I remember.
I finally posted that recipe 1 year later.
Nah, better late than never.
But they're really good. And I kind of made a similar one when I did the pumpkin cheesecake that we talked about last time. So I feel like anything that you make that's like creamy and delicious and is made into like a little baby individual serving is right up my alley. Let's see, what else did I make? Oh, so like 6 months ago-ish, someone on Reddit reached out to me and was like, so judging by the things that you make, I think that you are the perfect person to ask about this thing. And it was something they had in their childhood that I never had. So let me see if you've ever had it.
Okay.
So what they described is it looks like squid, but what it is a piece of hot dog with spaghetti tentacles coming out of it.
No.
Okay. I don't know what kids have.
That was way too creative for my family.
Okay. We didn't have hot dogs when I was little, so this is definitely not something I would have had. But I was like trying to think, because you can't boil seitan. It gets all spongy. It's totally disgusting. It's not going to work. So there's no sausage or hot dogs I could have used. So I made it with carrot, and it actually came out pretty good. I'm quite proud of myself. I wasn't really I thought of the idea of making it with carrot back when the person asked me. And then I kind of just forgot about it. And then we watched The Watchmen. I don't know if you know what this is.
I watched the first episode.
Okay.
I'm not into it.
Not into it? Okay. I really liked it.
I wanted to be into it, but I'm not.
I didn't even necessarily know anything about it. I never read any of the books or anything, so I'm going into it.
Oh, you're talking
with,
about the movie
nothing.
or the show?
The show.
Okay. I've seen the first episode of the show.
Okay. So we watched the whole season of Watchmen, and there's an overlying squid theme. And so that reminded me that I needed to make the spaghetti squid. So I made that, and I put it up there, and I made a sauce for it that kind of looks like ocean water. That's really pretty.
There's some plastic bottles in there.
That would have been a very nice touch.
Terrible. Accurate, but terrible.
We're supposed to keep it positive.
A tire floating around in there.
It's supposed to be a positive
sad.
episode. No, I didn't put any dead aquatic animals choking on plastic straws or anything like that. But the sauce the ocean sauce is a cream sauce, so it's kind of like fettuccine Alfredo, basically. That's kind of what I was going for. It's delicious. It's easy. People should make it for their adult or child friends. And then I just gave you the present that we talked about on the last episode, how I ranted. Kit. Is it ranting? Is ranting a bad thing, or is that a good thing? No, raving is the good thing. So I ranted.
Ranting can be good too.
Oh, can it?
If you need to be. Yeah, sometimes.
I need
Depends.
a negative word for ranting.
So, well, ranting can feel good for you, but whoever has to hear your rant probably doesn't think it's good.
Okay, so do you guys remember on the last episode I ranted about how I tried to make the mac and cheese powder and I failed? So I succeeded this time. I threw that recipe out the window and I just made my own, and it came out great. Well, you can be the judge of that.
I will be there.
I just gifted Ashley
kit.
hers, so she hasn't made it yet, but maybe when she makes it, she can give us feedback on the next episode. It can be your Wagger Whimper. But I put that recipe on there in case anybody is crafty and wants to make gifts for someone. It's kind of nice, too, because some people don't like to cook. And if you give them a kit of something to make, they'll cook it, even if they're not vegan.
Mm-hmm. Just like everything's like, there.
Whatever,
they don't have to go look for stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's pretty much measured out for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the muffin one you gave me.
Yes.
I loved that. So it's a really nice gift, I think.
I think it's good.
It's like personal. Good. You put your own work into it. So it's, a thoughtful gift, and then it's easy and you get to eat it. So
yes.
I don't see why somebody wouldn't like that.
Great.
So
okay, so I encourage you guys to make them for your friends, for your Muggle friends too, because then they'll be forced to eat one vegan meal. And then I did a lot of experimentation with food coloring. I make a lot of foods that are colorful, and I kind of take for granted that everybody knows how to make colorful vegan food. And so instead of doing that, from now on, I'm not going to take anything for granted. That's not true. That was such a lie. I'm already starting off the year with lies. But you guys can look at it. It's a list of vegan food colorings that I have verified are not only vegan, but are also cruelty-free. And that also includes some dabbling in superfoods. So that's up there too. And that's all I've been cooking pretty much. At least that's all I've been cooking that I care to discuss.
Throw that little nugget out there.
Well, I did make these cookies that are referred to as cowboy cookies. Do you know what these are?
I don't think, no.
Okay.
I think I saw them on your thing, but I don't remember
Okay.
what they are now.
Okay, it's basically like a chocolate chip cookie, but with hella other shit in it. So it's like nuts and coconut and...
I feel like that should be called kitchen sink cookie. That is a better name for it.
It's a better name. And also, have you noticed that is kind of a trend right now? I've seen compost cookie and I've seen garbage cookie.
Oh, okay, my title is winning by far. You want a garbage cookie?
Yeah, the garbage cookie didn't seem like a good name, but it's definitely
the compost
a thing.
one's just as bad.
The compost one is Milk Bar. You know that store Milk Bar in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came up with the compost one. But yes, you're right. They're not great names.
Kitchen sink cookie.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, the cowboy cookie is kind of like a kitchen sink cookie. It just has a lot of stuff in it. But they're not attractive cookies. They taste really good. But I just could not bring myself to put them on the blog. It's not an attractive cookie. It's lumpy. It's big. There's nothing cute about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how you could even shape it.
I even put Unreal candies in it so that it would have some color.
Mm-hmm.
It just did not help. They helped it taste good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what you could even
Yeah.
shape it.
So I ended up talking about my fail anyway.
It's okay.
But yeah, there have been some fails.
That's not a fail. If it tastes good.
It did. It tasted so good. So good.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all that's been going on with the dollhouse. Is it time for Wagger Whimper?
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for Wagger Whimper, our segment where we talk about a vegan product that we tasted for the first time and we tell you if we liked it or not.
Mm-hmm. And keeping with our 2020 theme of not being depressing, except for my news that I opened up the podcast with, which is depressing, we have all wags today.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's rare for
And
us.
I finally got to deliver on a promise that I've been giving the podcast for months. So I guess we can start with that.
The Greg's?
Yeah. So I finally tried the Greg's vegan sausage roll.
And tell us. Was it
And
everything?
it made me wag.
Yay!
It was delicious. It was like the season, whatever seasonings they made with it, put like for like the meat part of it was great.
Oh, good.
It was so flaky. Like pastry was great. It was so good, and I was happy that it was actually hard to find. Still, we talked about that. I said I wonder if I could just like walk in any time. We had one. There's this Greg's like right down the street from my house. Like you could walk there from like his parents' house, but I stopped at a couple in Belfast because we were already out, and I was we went into like 2 or 3 and they were sold out.
Oh, wow.
This was, of course, in the afternoon. So my father-in-law, went early before we even got up, walked down and got us, 6 of them. So that's how I got to, you have to get up, still have to get up early and get them before they get sold out.
Wow.
And it was delicious. Really, really liked it.
Yum.
I couldn't get the Morrison's one because they don't have Morrison's in Northern Ireland, because I know they came out with a competitor to Greg's. And then I walked into a Pizza Hut.
Oh, yeah.
In Victoria Square in Belfast, and she had no idea what I was talking about when I asked about the cheesecake. They didn't have it.
Oh,
and it's just like,
no.
Pizza Hut there is like, oh, how many? Let's sit down. It's like a sit-down restaurant. It's not like, I mean, I guess Pizza Hut here is like that too, but it's more of like
More of a dining experience?
More of a dining experience there. But she had no idea. None of the new stuff was there. Yeah. So
that
she
reminds
didn't know
me
what
of
I
the
was
time I
talking
went to
about.
Pete's and they were like, we don't have vegan whipped cream. And I was like, I fucking know you do because I just saw it on the goddamn internet.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't get to try the cheesecake, but I went in. I tried to find it.
You tried to try.
And I didn't want to run around Northern Ireland looking for all the Pizza Huts.
Oh, that's
So I
not
gave
what you decided to do on your vacation?
Did not.
Weird.
So I tried one Pizza Hut, and they had no idea. She didn't know what I was talking about.
So Ashley's trying to convince you all that she loves you.
Yeah, I tried. I wanted to try it. It looked good.
But didn't want to dedicate her whole vacation.
Yeah, chasing down vegan cheesecake. So I actually did have vegan cheesecakes, but one my mother-in-law made, but I didn't get Pizza Huts. So yeah, so that was the one I didn't get to.
Pizza Hut has lied to us in so many ways.
I know. It's like, oh, jeez. It's like, I thought they would redeem themselves somewhat. It did not.
There's no redeeming.
And then I guess I'll just do my next one because it's the same, from my trip. So Plant Kitchen is a vegan brand. They sell it at Marks and Spencer's. I don't know if it's exclusively there, but that's where they have a lot of their stuff. Marks and Spencer's, which is like a kind of an upscale grocery store.
If you compared Marks and Spencer's to a store we have in California.
Thinking about that. I would say it's above Trader Joe's, but below Whole Foods.
Okay.
Maybe a Whole Foods.
Sprouts?
Maybe Whole Foods. Maybe closer to Whole Foods, probably. Okay. They have a lot of vegan stuff, too. So I think probably Whole Foods. None of them are as big as Whole Foods. And Marks and Spencer's is also kind of like a department. Like they have like clothes and stuff like that, too. So it's a little bit weird. We don't really have an equivalent over here. But as far as the food goes, I would say it is closer to Whole Foods.
Okay.
But the brand is Plant Kitchen, and when my in-laws picked us up from the airport, they brought some like food so we could eat because it's a 2-hour drive from Dublin back to Belfast.
That's nice.
So she brought us the No Turkey Feast, which is like basically a Thanksgiving. Even though they don't have Thanksgiving there, but it was a part of their like holiday sandwiches. So Christmas too, I guess. Same. You have the kind of the same food, right? At Christmas.
Yeah.
But it was called the No Turkey Feast, and it was a sandwich, and it was basically like Thanksgiving/Christmas dinner turkey sandwich. So it had like cranberry, like
so
stuffing,
it's like the Veggie Girl
turkey. Yeah, but it was good.
Like the Veggie Girl one, except good.
The Veggie Girl one
not
sucks,
good. Yeah.
and I'm so sad about it because I love that type of sandwich. I love like a
The whole
Thanksgiving
meal
dinner
in a sandwich, yeah.
I love it, and Veggie Girls, it's just every year it's horrible.
Disappointing.
Yeah. So, but this was actually really good. I loved it so much. I enjoyed it it was so tasty, and I love those kind of sandwiches. And probably because Veggie Girl it's made me sad so much, I was really all about this sandwich. So Plant Kitchen, no turkey feast, made me wag.
It might have something to do with the fact that my heart has been broken by Veggie Girl so many times.
They bend it back together with everything else that's good there.
Yeah,
it's just that one thing that I want to be good. I want it so bad to be good,
It's just
and it never
after
is.
all the years they haven't improved it.
They've changed it a few times, but it's never made it better. And like every time they like put it on their Instagram, it's like, oh, it's here now, like because it's a seasonal item. I go into the comments and everybody just talks about how like, 1 year it was good and it's never been good since.
Oh,
and like that they've changed this, they've changed that. They always like. This isn't really the company's fault, but every time I've ordered it, this stuff has been forgotten. Never happens in any other thing I've ever ordered. But that
What happens
sandwich,
to all the things I order?
not me. But that one sandwich just can't get its shit together.
Yeah.
I don't understand, and
We're blaming the sandwich.
and I'm upset about it because if it was something I didn't care about, I'd be like, whatever. Sorry for the people that like that or want that, but I want this. So anyway,
well, luckily, Plant Kitchen made up for it.
yeah, this was delicious. So
Good job, Plant Kitchen. Thank you. Okay, I have one wag, which is the Fruffalo Wings from Field Roast. Have you had them?
no.
They're obviously just a very cuter version of a buffalo wing.
Yeah,
but
for Field Roast, I figured this would be good.
Fruffalo.
They don't do anything really bad. So.
Fruffalo. I just want to keep saying it. It's so cute. Okay, I admit it. I bought them because of the cute name. Because usually buffalo sauce is a bit too spicy for me. And I've seen them at the stores a lot, and they're always very expensive, so I pass. But they were on sale at Rainbow, so I had to. So I got them, and I finally had them last night for New Year's Eve. It was my special New Year's Eve snack.
To yourself. New Year's Eve present to yourself.
I did eat. I definitely indulged in some snackies last night. That was the one thing I did for New Year's Eve. But yeah, I learned about them. All it is their apple sage sausage.
Okay, yeah.
Cut up into pieces, breaded, fried, and then you bake it, and then you put the buffalo sauce on them.
I feel like that I've had their sausages before, the apple sage ones. I feel like that with buffalo sauce would be weird.
You would think so, but it was so good. Like, I want to make it now without buying the Fruffalo kit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to
buy the sausages?
Yeah. The only thing that I'm not sure about is the breading. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they bread it in, and then also breading and frying is kind of a pain. Mm-hmm. I don't like frying things. Yeah. But I almost kind of just want to cut up the sausage and just put buffalo sauce on it and see what happens.
Whoa, I never would have put those two together.
I know, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah, because I love the Italian. That's what I buy mostly. But we accidentally bought the apple sage this week, so we had it with our I usually make like potatoes and like onions and bell pepper, and then we have the sausage too.
Oh, okay.
So I had the apple sage this time because Matt grabbed the wrong one. But yeah, just that with buffalo sauce. Oh my god, that would be. My mind can't wrap my head around it.
I think we have to try it.
Yeah.
We have to. It's a 2020 challenge, you guys.
Oh boy, okay.
And then it came with so much buffalo sauce that I had extra. So I made pizza dough knots, like garlic knots. Yeah. And then I put buffalo sauce on
When does
them.
that ever happen? When they give you extra anything? Anybody gives you extra anything.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It never happens. Mm-hmm. It was really great. So I definitely have no complaints. I recommend everyone try the Fruffalo Wings if you see them. I don't think they're that easy to find. I've never seen them at Whole Foods.
I don't think I've seen them.
I've only seen them at Republic of V and Rainbow. So if you guys have any vegan stores near you that have kind of unique
or call them
things,
and ask them to order them.
Or ask them to order them. Yeah. Anyway, they're great. They're pricey, but if you're like Ashley and you can't put a price on your love for food, then
that's true.
Then go out
Everything
there
else.
and
I could walk out on the street with my shoes like flapping and like talking because they would come apart, but I'm eating a $25 sandwich.
Someone would be like, "Oh, how sweet! Someone gave that homeless girl a really fancy sandwich."
Exactly. That's how I live. Yeah.
All right. So Fruffalo Wings made me wag.
Nice.
And I guess is that it? Do we have anything else we want to talk about?
No, I think we talked pretty well.
You're like, I have a sore throat. We talked so much. Okay, well, that wraps up episode 50. Wow. Oh my God, we're so old, you guys. Mm-hmm. Our podcast is currently on Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, Breaker, Spotify is a new one that we just added it to. And didn't we just add it to somewhere else besides Spotify? Google Podcasts?
I don't know. You were working on it, but I don't know whatever happened.
I think we did. And if you have ever listened to a podcast on Google Podcasts, maybe you could check for us and then confirm.
Yeah. Can you do our job, please? Can you check it out?
I personally have never listened to Google Podcasts.
Me neither.
That might be something you do when you have an Android. And
Maybe.
I'm kind of an iPhone user
Yeah.
for life. Or at least
We don't talk to those kind of
my life up until now. She's just kidding. We love you all equally. I mean, not like completely equally, but pretty close.
We don't hate you. Just don't love you much as normal people.
Yeah, so give us some feedback. What do you want us to talk about in 2020? Honestly, this is like a really good time for you to shape the year that you want through us. Let's make it happen.
Through us, yeah.
We have an email address, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can email us at dollsanddonuts@gmail.com. You can also find that email address in our show notes, which Ashley so kindly will put together for you, where you can link to everything that we talked about during this episode, and all the episodes, really. There's just a wealth of information out there on the interwebs. So you can connect with the Dolls and Donuts at dollsanddonuts.com and find our social media there. But you can also find Ashley's website at theveganadventure.com. And she's Ashley the Vegan on Instagram. Don't forget those cute videos that we talked about earlier because she wants them. And you can find any recipes that we talked about at vegandollhouse.com. And I'm Vegan Dollhouse everywhere on the internet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll talk to you next month on time.
And
That's
if
the
not
plan.
on time, just wait patiently.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Come at some point. So, all right, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Dolls and donuts. We are two dolls. We like animals. As a bonus, we eat donuts.